Vocal has been part of the hi-fi audio industry for more than 40 years. It wasn't until 2016 with Utopia they moved into the headphone space and became one of the biggest players in hi-fi headphones. Now with Bathys, they're moving into wireless headphones and looking to revolutionize the way that we look at sound quality in Bluetooth headphones. Bathys is a headphone walking a tightrope that I'm not sure anyone has fully traversed yet. On the one end, they're looking to provide a level of sound quality that audiophiles will think is worth their $799. And on the other end, they're looking to provide the convenience and luxury that more mainstream focused consumers looking for a high-end item would be looking for, like noise cancellation and transparency. So, can Bathys strike that perfect balance between luxury and sound quality? Let's take a closer look. So Bathys comes in a smaller, sort of more compact box than most of Vocal's headphones. See there. Open it up. And inside, there's the case with the headphones in it, and then your basic paperwork, instructions. Since this has Bluetooth functionality and some other stuff, you'll need the manual to figure out how all that works for pairing. Inside the case, Bathys is really great looking headphone, classic Focal design. Not quite as bold as some of Focal's other designs with the black and silver, compared to like the navy Celeste or that sort of brown leather Stellia. And its design is like a more compact version of some of Focal's other headphones, a smaller ear cup, and overall just smaller profile there. Focal didn't downsize the material quality though. This is all aluminum, this genuine leather on the headband with like microfiber where it touches on your head. We should note there's the buttons on here that you'll need for Bluetooth operation. So this switches between DAC mode and Bluetooth mode there. You can see the side will light up for pairing mode. And then over here is your volume control, and in the middle of the volume is where you hold down to activate pairing. And then over here is where you toggle between ANC and transparency mode. Unlike some other audiophile type wireless headphones, Bathys doesn't skimp on the noise cancellation, battery life, or other things like that. In our shared office space, the ANC worked great, limiting the already being fairly well sealed close back. Wasn't too much bleed in, but just further eliminating that little bit of hum from the HVAC system or the background chatter that can kind of bleed through. But the transparency did let through some of that direct speaking, stuff that actually wouldn't probably have pierced the closed back design with loud music. So really good benefit there and good performance. In addition, you get things like Google Assistant and Alexa support. Call quality on here was very good. In terms of Bluetooth codecs, you get the standard AAC, aptX Adaptive, SBC. I would highly recommend using Bathys with a device that supports aptX. Using it with my iPhone with AAC, the sound quality wasn't quite at the same level as the aptX. You got some of those more typical Bluetooth qualities, a little bit of veiled highs, a little bit of flubbiness in the bass, but with the aptX, that was fixed and really just sounded incredible. So Bathys also supports USB input. So there's a USB-C connection there, comes with the cable for that, as well as connection via 3.5 millimeter cable. So you have some options there as well. And so basically, in terms of the features, The design, the comfort, and all of that stuff, Bathys absolutely matches up with, all of the top consumer audio brands in the performance there. Bathys has a classic, sort of more fun, consumer-oriented tuning and is very well executed. The bass has just a little touch of extra mid-bass, a little bit of sub-bass roll-off, but it gives you that very tight, punchy feeling bass. And of course, the mids are slightly pulled back, but largely feel neutral, very natural sounding overall timbre, not particularly warm, though there is a little bit of mid-bass emphasis. And the treble's well executed. It's well balanced with the mids and bass, so you don't get too much of a bass heavy sound. You get good treble presentation without any kind of peakiness or sibilance there. If you're familiar with some of Focal's more recent closed back headphones like the Celesti or the Radiance, I find that Bathys is pretty close to Radiance in the overall tuning, maybe just slightly more bass there. But it's also not too far off from Celesti, which again is pretty close. It's just, again, a little bit more bass emphasis and a little bit less air at the top than Celesti has. So again, this is a pretty familiar Focal closed back tuning that you're getting with Bathys. I didn't have anything available for direct side-by-side A/B testing, but I have listened to a number of wireless Bluetooth headphones recently, ranging from, the TNA Solitaire, sort of audiophile top-end headphone, to some more mainstream stuff, Sony WM1000 and that sort of sound. So in terms of audiophile headphones, you have the Solitaire and you have the Hi-Fi Man Ananda Bluetooth sort of in that class. Now, the Ananda to me, it's a really solid sort of, if you want to reference open back sound and you want it to be wireless, but I don't know if that's a huge group of people who want Bluetooth but also want open back and again want that sort of more of a Hi-Fi Man sound. So I don't know if it's really a fair comparison there. Obviously in terms of the features, that's one where Bathys really just has a strong advantage in the noise cancellation and all the other things that you're looking for. While if you do just want a straight reference sound and an open back, Ananda may be preferred there, but Bathys is a stronger headphone for most of your wireless use cases. Now the TNA Solitaire, it's about $1,000 more than Bathys, and that does have really great performance, has that really fast, highly resolving sound. But I actually found the bass in Bathys to be a little bit tighter and punchier, where Solitaire had great extension, but Bathys, again, it's a more accessible sound than Solitaire, even though in terms of raw performance, Solitaire probably has Bathys outdone. In terms of major consumer brands, if you're looking at, Sennheiser Momentum, AirPods Max, Sony WM1000, Bose Quiet Comfort, in terms of the sound performance, Bathys has, clear advantage there. It's, the detail, the resolution, the overall performance. It's basically, I would say, somewhat like the difference between a Sennheiser HD600 and a Focal Clear, where you do have a pretty big gap in performance that matches up with the price. I think there's a similar price and performance gap that scales pretty evenly from most of those headphones up to Bathys. And then when it comes to the luxury and convenience features, the noise canceling, the transparency, battery life, call quality, all of that, Bathys holds its own there as well. So if you were looking at an upgrade, from a Sony WM1000 and you don't want to lose all the other aspects of it, all of those convenience and luxury features, Bathys allows you to upgrade the sound without having to lose anything in those other features. heard a number of wireless headphones making a claim at audiophile quality sound. And Bathys is the first one to both deliver the sound and also meet the expectations of most consumers in terms of the features and other aspects of the headphone. With Bathys, I think Focal does strike that balance between luxury and sound quality, giving us a headphone that's great in its own right and only made better by the wireless functionality. Thanks for watching. You can check out Bathys and a lot of other great headphones at bloomaudio.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be back soon with more hi-fi personal audio content.